true. Nervous. Very, very dreadfully nervous. I had been and am. But then how will you say that I'm mad? The disease had sharpened my senses, not dulled, not destroyed them. Above all was the sense of hearing acute. I heard many things in heaven and in the earth. How then am I mad? Hearken and observe how healthily, how calmly I can tell you the whole story. It is impossible to say how the idea first entered my brain. Object? There was none. I loved the old woman. For her gold I had no desire. I think it was her eye. I bathed a pale blue eye with a film over it. Whenever it fell upon me, my blood ran. The old woman I mentioned was absent in the country. I made up my mind to take the life of the old woman, and thus rid myself. The officers were satisfied. They sat and chatted familiar things. My head ached, and I fancied a ringing in my ears. But you should have seen.
I gasped.
You should have seen how wisely I proceeded. I was never kinder to the old woman during the whole week before I killed her.
I turned the latch of her door and opened it. Oh, so gently. You would have laughed to see how cunningly I thrust in.
Upon the 8th night, I was more than usually cautious in opening the door. Never before had I felt that night the extent of my own powers, of my sagacity.
I had my head in when the old woman sprang up in the bed.
Who's there?
For a whole hour, I did not move a muscle. When I had waited a long time, very patiently, I opened the door slowly and gazed upon the vulture eye. I grew furious and leaped into the room.
If you still think me mad, you will think so no longer when I describe the wise precautions I took for the concealment of the body. When I had made an end to these labors,
I went to open it. I bade the police officers welcome. A shriek had been heard by a neighbor. The old woman I mentioned was absent in the country. I showed them the premises. The officers were satisfied. They sat and chatted familiar things. My head ached, and I fancied a ringing in my ears. I gasped for my breath. Okay. My head ached, and I fancied a ringing.